These are the required points to express in your ad. Feel free to paraphrase and speak from your own experience. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So, it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And please make sure, this point, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do you know the spelling of anchor.fm? ANCHOR.FM. Thank you for your listening. See you. Hello everyone, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. This time I'd like to talk about you should not depend on excellent people, or you should not depend on elite people if you hire some people. And first of all, the main target listeners of this episode are for example, the founders of businesses, or people who are on managerial positions and thinking of hiring other people, or who are anyway, if you are on some managerial positions, or if you are executives of some companies, or in a case you might be the president of a company. So if you are such a people, this episode is suitable for you. So first of all, some in the case of my country, and maybe this is a case to other countries, but in the cases of my country, some companies hire excellent people, or some company, and quite a few many companies wants to hire more excellent people, and many companies wants to hire for example, if possible, elite people who graduated from quite famous universities or excellent universities, and such companies, and there are some companies as a fact, and this is a fact about that, some companies hire smart people, and that is good. In this episode, I'm not telling you that you should avoid hiring great people, or smart people, or excellent people, and no, I'm not saying that you should fire or you should lay off excellent people. What I'm telling you is that business scheme does matter, or what makes you richer, or what is going to make you succeed is the business schemes, or your business machines, or business systems you create, which decide whether you can become successful people, or you become poor people, or impoverished people. And so of course I think you can easily understand that if you create a business system which generates little amount or no amount of money and spend a lot of costs, such business is going to founder, or it's going to sink deep into the darkness, or the futures of such business systems are bankruptcies. Considering which, what makes you richer is business system, or business scheme, what is called business scheme. And of course, it's good to seek, find and hire excellent people. I don't deny such idea. If possible, and if I'm an office worker, but I have a side business to make money, and if I become a business leader, maybe I'm going to maybe I will seek and find and hire and try to hire smarter people. But what matters is that business scheme, and to make your business schemes work, using or hiring ordinary people is better. I mean, no matter what, you can create any kinds of business schemes, or you can create any kinds of business systems, but the systems or the schemes have to be easier for everybody to use, or everybody to control. What I'd like to tell you is that if you create some business systems or for generating money, or if you create some business schemes for producing a lot of money, but only smart people can control or can make those schemes tick. Such business schemes are not so great, because only smart people can make the systems work. And what is bad about it is that the population of smarter people is really small comparing with ordinary people, which means if you create some map of, or I don't know how to call that anyway, maybe you have seen that the population distributions, or anyway, if you create some graph of if you create some graph showing the relationships between intelligence quotient and the population, or the number of people, maybe the intelligence quotient, or what is called IQ having the highest population, it might be around 100, which is the average intelligence of people all over the world. Considering which, the systems, if you'd like to create business systems to make money for you, the systems have to be easier for people having, for example, ordinary intelligence quotients, or lower intelligence, or people having lower intelligence quotients lower than 100, to make them work, which is the systems you should create. So just is that even monkeys should be able to control, or should be able to make the business schemes work. And which are the business schemes what you should create to make money, so that you can hire everyone you want. And of course you should eliminate criminals, or you should of course it's necessary to block or prevent some bad people, or prevent some people who like to do wrongdoings. Hiring employees is a huge risk. So you should banish, or you should prevent such bad people from getting into your business schemes. So you need to choose secure, honest, and sincere people to make your business system stick. And apart from which, when it comes to intelligence, your business schemes, so your business systems have to be easier for full people, or super intelligent people to make work, which is what I'd like to tell you this time. And so if you are thinking of founding some companies, please make sure that you should create business schemes or business systems as easy as possible for the employees you are going to hire in the future to control or to manage. And of course, you might do your own businesses alone, but hiring people is a risk. And in the case of my country, firing or laying people off or laying employees off is really difficult in the case of my country. So there are there are such countries where firing people or laying people off is really difficult because of the regulations or because of the local regulations of those countries. So another example other than my country is Germany, which is what I have had. And France has really stringent or really strong restrictions which make executives or companies to fire or stop the contracts of hiring. So anyway, the information I have is that France is another company having strict regulations, making companies fire or laying people off, which is what I have heard. And so considering which, you should depend on the business schemes you create, not smarter people or excellent people. And what matters is the business systems or business schemes you create for making you to make yourself rich, That's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.